Hi, Sean Sutton here with Keller Williams Lake Travis Market Center, and today we're going to talk about a buyer's rep agreement. Okay, and you as a buyer out looking at a home, you're going to want to make sure that you're working with an agent that has a buyer's rep agreement put together for you. And what that does is it protects your interests and lets you know that you have somebody that's looking out for you in your transaction. That's what a buyer's agent does. So in order to make it all clear for everybody, we have a written agreement that stipulates exactly how that goes together. The seller pays the fees for the buyer's agent in most cases, almost all of the cases, and it gives you the liberty and the freedom knowing that you have somebody looking out for your best interest in the transaction in your home search. There are, especially with newer homes, there are certain instances where the new home builder may not disclose all the different benefits that may be offered on that new home purchase, but you, being represented by a licensed real estate agent, will have that representation. You will have that coverage, as I guess you could call it, to where your agent can go in and find out exactly what is being offered that you may never have known about if you went in and purchased a house, say from a new builder, on your own. Your representative will find out benefits and incentives that you may have never known about. The agreement is pretty straightforward. It's between you and the broker's agent. It'll have both of your parties' names on it, name, address, phone numbers, a means of communication between the two of you, and it will have a specific time laid out as to how far or how long your representation is with your buyer's rep or your agent. This is a very typical thing that we all tend to do, especially in the state of Texas. It's actually illegal for an agent to represent somebody without bringing forth the fact that they're a licensed real estate agent. And you only want to work with someone who is, obviously, and that's who you would have an agreement with. Your buyer's representation agreement will have the parties to it. It'll tell exactly what you're allowing your agent to represent you in. It'll go through the definitions of the sale. It'll have a term to it. It'll describe the broker's obligations, and it'll also explain to you what your obligations are to your agent. So in a nutshell, that's a little bit about what a buyer's rep agreement is. It's a very common thing that we use in the real estate industry. Agreements are good for everybody. That way everybody's clear on exactly what's going to happen. And most importantly, instead of you just being a customer out there running around, when you're represented by a real estate agent in a writing with the buyer's rep agreement, now you actually have protection and coverages on your search for your home. You have somebody who's actually working for the benefit of you finding your home. And if you don't have a buyer's rep agreement, you don't have that. You're just kind of willy-nilly out there and hoping that you can discover whatever may come up in the transaction, which isn't a great way to spend your money on a big expensive purchase like a home. So definitely a buyer's rep agreement is something that you'll need to do. I hope that helps you a little bit. It's very easy to understand. It's very clear. It's in black and white, and your agent should be able to clearly explain it to you. Well, that's all for today. That's a little bit about buyer's rep agreements and why we have them. I hope that helps. Have a great day. This is Sean Sutton at Keller Williams Lake Travis. Thank you.